In this video, we take a look at the top 10 no-lag shaders for Minecraft Bedrock 1.21. The downloads to all these shaders can be found in the link in the description down below and in the pinned comments, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off this video, Sean, we have the Simplicity shader right over here. So when you load into the shader, you'll notice that the lighting will look far more brighter. You will get brighter lighting and darker defined shadows. Also, we are currently using vibrant visuals in order to make these shaders look better. So please make sure you have vibrant visuals turned on to get the full experience. Anyways, guys, here is how things do look like. As you're able to tell, we get this awesome looking sky over here, and definitely the highlight of this shader has to be the photorealistic water. Guys, look at this. So if we go really close to the water, it legit looks like photorealistic, and this is hands down one of the coolest things ever, guys. So this is definitely going to transform any of your Minecraft worlds. And also, we do have a reflection of the sun on the water as well, which is another major benefit. Now, if we go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset just like so, here's how it does look like. Oh my goodness, words cannot describe how much I love these sunsets. We got so many different shades of like orange, purple, pink, all that good stuff being reflected on the water, and it literally looks like a Minecraft Java Edition shaders, but no, we are actually running this on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Next up, we have the HyperRest graphics pack right over here. So when you load into the shader, here's how things will look like. So this is hands down one of the most unique shaders out there. So you will notice that we will kind of get like a fog effect whenever we do move around. So you know what, if you do want that kind of like different vibe in your shader, then this is definitely for you. But definitely one of the cool parts of it is that we actually get this really cool like pink sky everywhere. So this is certainly unique. And over here we do have the sun, and we also do have photorealistic clouds as well. Also, let's go ahead and take a look at the water. Here's how the water does look like. The water does look pretty good if you ask me, and if we go underwater, things still do look pretty amazing if I do say so myself. But guys, if we go ahead and put this bad boy to sunset, you will notice that we will get so many different shades of like pink and all that good stuff. And what's really good about the shader is that it's really not going to cause too much strain on your device or anything like that, mainly because there really isn't that much like reflections on the water. So therefore, your game has less to render in, and it will improve performance on your game. Next up, we have the Vibrant Vanilla PBR shader. When you load into the shader, here's how things will look like. The shadows will be far more darker, and also we get more brighter and vibrant lighting everywhere we do go. So again, this will just make your game look far more vibrant and pop out a little bit more, which I can definitely appreciate. And of course, one of the coolest things about this shader has to be the water. So here's how the water does look like. It looks photorealistic, and it is hands down one of the coolest things ever. And we do have a reflection of the sun on the water over here. And here's how the sun does look like. It honestly does look pretty cool if I do say so myself. But yeah, again, this is just going to completely transform your Minecraft world. I mean, just look at this river over here with its reflections. Like, it legit looks like a full-on Java shader, but no, we are doing this on Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If we go ahead and put this bad boy to sunset, here's how things do look like. So as you're able to tell, the sun is made to be very bright, and there's so many different shades to like orange and stuff like that, and it's also being reflected on the water. This is hands down a total game changer for your Minecraft world. Next up, we have the Zrepplica graphics pack. So when you load into the shader, here's how things do look like. So as you're able to tell, we kind of do get this slight fog effect. We also do have nice photorealistic clouds over there, which does add a nice touch. And over here, we do have the sun, and the sun kind of has like a shadow being emitted out of it, which is honestly pretty cool if you do ask me. And we also do get like wavy leaves as well. And just everything about this texture pack just has a really nice vibe to it. But let's go ahead and take a look at the water. So here's how the water does look like. It definitely does look pretty good if you do ask me. But guys, if we go ahead and set this shader to sunset, here's how things do look like. So we got the sunset right over here, and we have so many different shades of like orange and pink being emitted out of the sun, being reflected on the water and the grass as well. This is hands down going to change your Minecraft world. Next up, we have the warm shaders. Now, the warm shaders is hands down one of my favorite recent shaders for vibrant visuals. So guys, when you load into your world, you will notice that everything will made to look far more different. So the colors are made to be far more brighter, and the shadows are definitely far more darker and defined. And we do have the sun over there, and it legit looks like the BSL shaders from Minecraft Java Edition, if that does make any sense. But basically, my favorite thing about the shader is hands down the water. The water is made to be incredibly photorealistic. Look at this, guys. This is hands down one of the coolest things ever. And we kind of get like this really cool underwater floor pattern, which definitely does look pretty good and adds a element of realism. But let me go ahead and just hide my buttons really quickly. So yep, as you're able to tell, water is made to be like incredibly photorealistic. We have like reflections of the sun on the water, and it's kind of like sparkling as well, which is honestly another great touch as well. And not to mention that we do get these pretty awesome looking clouds over here. They're kind of made to have this slight 3D effect. But guys, let's go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset. So here's how the sunset looks like. It honestly looks absolutely spectacular. We have so many different shades of like yellow and orange being emitted out of the sun. Next up, we have the brass shaders. So when you load into the brass shaders, here's how things will look like. So you'll notice that this shader is definitely made to be far more brighter, and the colors are not as saturated as some of the other shaders, so that is definitely pretty good. And again, this is a shader that is not going to lag your game or anything like that, and you should be able to run it regardless of what device you have, of course under the assumption that you're able to run vibrant visuals. So yeah, here's how the sun does look like. So the sun is made to be in like this really cool diamond shape, which I could definitely appreciate it, and you're able to tell that there's sun rays being emitted out of the trees as well. But let's go ahead and take a look at the water. So the water does look pretty good. It kind of has like this plasticky feel to it, so that is definitely pretty unique if you do ask me, and I know that some people will absolutely love it. So here's how the underwater looks like. It does look pretty standard if you do ask me. So again, the best part about this shader is hands down the fact that you really don't need like a super OP device in order to run it. But let's go ahead and set it to sunset. So here's how the sunset does look like. Again, you're able to see that the diamond sunset is being reflected on the water, and we do have a reflection of the sun, and we also have so many different shades of like pink and orange being emitted out of the sun. Next up, we have the glow em all shaders. So when you load into the glow em all shader, here's how things will look like. So you'll notice that the colors are definitely made to be far more brighter and saturated. And guys, let's go ahead and take a look at the sun over there. So as you're able to tell, the sun kind of has like this slight 3D effect, which I can definitely appreciate. And same thing with the clouds. The clouds are also made to have like this really cool like slight 3D effect as well, which is another major plus. And here's how the water of the shader does look like. It is made to be far more clear, and again, this is perfect for, you know, people who have low-end devices or who want to run shaders without experiencing a significant amount of lag, because typically the shaders that have like crazy reflections and stuff like that really require a lot of power from your device in order to actually run. But with this shader, it removes that, but you still are able to enjoy shaders except without any of the lag or anything like that. But guys, if we go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset, here's how things will look like. Things will look pretty standard. As you're able to tell, the sun is being reflected on the water, and it definitely does look pretty good. Next up, we have the Stay True shader. When you load into the Stay True shader, here's how things will look like. So again, you'll notice that the colors are made to be far more saturated, and one really cool thing that does stick out to me is the actual birch trees. So the birch trees in this shader are actually changed to have these really cool like pink leaves, which I can definitely appreciate. And let's go ahead and take a look at this one over here. Yep, you're able to tell that they do have different leaves, and also we do get slightly different textures as well, which is another major plus. So look at that, boys. I hope you guys are able to notice, but the textures are made to be slightly different, so that will definitely enhance the experience of this shader significantly. But let's go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset. Here's how the sunset does look like. As you're able to tell, the sun does look pretty good, and it's being reflected on the water. Next up, we have the realistic vibrant visual shader right over here. When you load into the shader, you'll immediately notice that every single texture is made to be far more realistic. So here's how the grass looks like. It is made to be super realistic. Same thing with like all the leaves as well. So here's how the leaves look like, and same thing with like the oak logs, and legit every single texture you could think of, it is made to be completely revamped. And this legit looks like something you would see out of Minecraft Java Edition or something like that, but no, this is all running on Minecraft Bedrock Edition, which is hands down the coolest thing ever. And here's how like cave systems do look like with this shader on. It is honestly a completely different experience, and yo, we have glowing ores. That is pretty cool. So I believe this is copper right over here. Yep, that is copper, and I believe this one is iron. Yep, we do have iron over here. So yeah, that is a nice little touch. The fact that we do get glowing ores, I can definitely appreciate that. And guys, another one of my favorite things about this shader has to be the realistic water. The water is so realistic. Like this, I like words can't even comprehend how amazed I am. The fact that this is Minecraft Bedrock Edition, it's not Minecraft Java Edition, and this is not even RTX. This is vibrant visual, so that definitely does add to just like how cool this shader truly is. So yeah, if you guys take a close look at anything from the creative menu, you will notice that it is made to be completely revamped. And the reason why I didn't put this at the #1 spot is because I just put it in the #1 spot way too many times, and I wanted to go ahead and give another shader a chance. But if we go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset, here's how it does look like. Things do look pretty good, and for this one in particular, I'm using the low version. So there's multiple different versions of this shader that you guys can install. There's like an ultra version, so the low version is perfect for like lower end devices, and you won't experience that much lag or anything like that. Next up, we have the Odysius deferred version 1.3 shader. When you load into the shader, here's how things will look like. So you'll immediately notice that all the colors are made to be far more saturated, and of course things do look way more brighter in this shader, and like this kind of gets you like pumped up to play Minecraft. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just love just how bright everything does look like. And yo, look at this, guys. The shadows of like the grass is actually moving. That is hands down one of the coolest like little features that this shader does have to offer. And I don't know if you guys are able to notice, but there's kind of like a slight 3D effect. So if you go ahead and look at any of like the textures, you'll notice that there's kind of like some points that are extruding and stuff like that. So that definitely does contribute to the quality of this shader. And let's go ahead and take a look at the water. So the water, again, is made to be incredibly realistic, but it's not like overly realistic like some of the other shaders or anything like that. So it is not going to lag your game excessively. And here is how the underwater looks like. The underwater is just absolutely stunning. It is typically like one of my favorite parts, you know, when showcasing all these different shaders and stuff like that. So that is definitely a major W. And over here we have the sun. The sun is made to be incredibly bright, and over here we do have the clouds as well, which is pretty nice. But guys, if we go ahead and set this bad boy to sunset, here's how things do look like. Things look absolutely spectacular. You're able to see that the sunset is being reflected on the water, and we get like this cool sparkling effect as well, which definitely does add a element of realism to the shader. Remember, boys, all the downloads to these shaders can be found in the link in the description down below and in the pinned comment. See you later, French fries.